Hey everybody, it's Derek with GameWorn Radio, and I am here with Jay Ruggiero,
Hello. Hello, everyone.
and we're gonna do an interview and see what's going on with Jay here. He's got quite a hell of a collection. I'm looking at wall walls full of goalies everywhere.
Flyer goalies.
Yeah, it's pretty much a sight to see. You already showed me about 3 racks of jerseys. It was really cool. Now, Jay, you got to go to the expo in Chicago, and that was a good time. What did you think about that?
I thought it was a tremendous show. I've never seen that many historic and old school jerseys. I was just so excited to be there. It was a great show.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was really nice meeting you, a lot of other collectors. Tell me a little bit about yourself. So let's get the collectors to see what's going on with you. What's going on with Jay? What are you about?
Well, I grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania. My first initiation with hockey was in 1975 when the Erie Blades came to town in the old North American Hockey League. And that bit me, and I always loved hockey ever since. When I was 23, moved here to Toledo, Ohio for a job. Saw the last few games of the Gold Diggers before they folded, and then started with the Storm, and now with the Walleye.
Yeah, and you get to go to a couple games here and there. I saw that you had a couple Walleye jerseys in there, a couple Walleye alum. That was really cool to see.
Yes, I've been very fortunate in finding Walleye goalies. They're kind of, especially, the popular player of the season is hard to get a decent price on.
Now, do you work now, or are you retired currently?
No, I work from home. I work for ProMedica
Okay.
in town.
Is that the job that brought you here?
No, that was a different job. That's a whole new
Another can of worms?
Yeah, another story.
Now, you played goalie yourself. Is that
Yes.
why most of your collection is goalies?
Yes, I never had any real training as far as goalie camps or schools. Just one day there was an announcement in the school that they were going to start a hockey team, and because I couldn't skate good, they put me in the net, and I've played it ever since.
It's funny when I play ice hockey on ice. I'm a goalie too, and it's for the exact same reason. I cannot skate, but I'm not too terrible at stopping the puck. Now, what they can't see that I get to see is every single one of your jerseys except for one is a goalie jersey.
That's correct.
Now, what was your first jersey that you got?
My first jersey, I think, like for a lot of people, was through, if I can say, Byron Hockeyland.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 92-93 Stefan Beauregard Hershey Bears.
Do you still have it?
Yes, I do.
How many jerseys do you have total, do you think?
177.
The exact count?
Yes.
Nice. And only one of those is a player jersey, and that's a defenseman.
Yes.
And what is the significance of that jersey?
His name happens to be Ruggiero. I've also I found him, and there's a William Bill Ruggiero from, I think, St. Clair Shores that played in the CHL, and I think mostly there. And I've gotten a few of his jerseys, but I've been told that when I've been outbid on eBay for his shirts, it's because of his mother getting them.
That's a good enough reason. I think we can let it go for that.
Yeah.
What's the best jersey or your favorite jersey in your collection?
Probably the Mobile Mystics one that I have that I showed you. It has got such a Frankenstein nameplate on it because it was the last year of the team, and Reinhardt came in for like the last 9 or 10 games, and they made it up of individual letters. The previous goalie who had it, and they just sewed pieces in this way and that. So that's probably my all-time favorite.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique jersey. I mean, you can see the original nameplate, in another like section of what a nameplate would be. A little bit of overlap. You can see some letters under there, and then you have the entire name plus a T at the end with completely different material. It's very interesting. I can't say I've ever seen anything like this. It's the nameplate's just layered and layered. It's pretty incredible. And we also have here for people to see a Toledo Walleye blue jersey.
And a #1 draft choice of the Boston Bruins.
And you've got one of the Boston ones, don't you?
Yeah.
Very cool collection. Especially getting to see some of the guys going through the Toledo system. I've seen you've gotten a number of those, which is really neat to see.
Yeah.
So how long have you been collecting for?
Probably since about 1990, when I ran into Dan Savig and saw the ungodly amount of jerseys he has, and I wanted to. From then on, I started getting like the Byron Hockeyland catalogs and trying to find other people and contact people. And those were back in the days when you'd get the phone call from somebody, call this number if you want a Worcester Ice Cats jersey. And you'd call up and, yeah, I got them, $200. Okay, and you send them $200 and a week later jersey would come in the mail.
The old school days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been around quite a while. What's your favorite thing that you've seen? I would say transition wise from maybe your time at the beginning towards your time now.
I would have to say it's a two-edged sword, but the availability of shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with other certain companies and the teams and leagues finding out the value in them, they produce more sets, but then again, you don't get the wear like you used to get.
Right, and with the advent of the internet, you kind of get a little bit more of a heads up. You know who's doing what. You can get in contact with people a little bit easier.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to out of the future for the hobby?
I'm hoping with interviews like this and the radio program that you get novices involved, because you can only do better by growth. You have to get people interested, not that they're collecting a particular player, but they're collecting a piece of history.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I've always looked at it since I started, that you're saving hockey history. I mean, it could be minor league, not the NHL, but you're still saving a piece of these teams. And the East Coast shows you they come and go every season.
Right.
And like I have a San Francisco Bulls jersey, 1 year team, one and gone. That is something that is history to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what if you could have any amount of money, any jersey in the world? No hands, no questions asked. What would that one jersey be?
Brian Boucher.
Any of them?
Or
is there a specific year, a specific moment in hockey that really stands out to you?
Probably 2009, 2010, when they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. He got hurt, I think, in the Bruins series, but I've always liked him. I've always liked his masks.
Mm-hmm.
And how else could you enjoy the Flyers other than going from 3 down and beating the damn Bruins?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge rivalry, so that's definitely a moment that stands out in time.
And I do have a jersey from that series.
Yeah?
Johan Bachland was called up to serve as backup for Mike Layton, and I have his jersey that you can see him wearing in Game 7.
All right. Very cool. Now, if you've got an opportunity to do a shameless self-promotion, what jerseys are out there that you're looking for if anybody has and they can come your way?
Oh, that'd have to be Miami Matadors in the East Coast Hockey League, 1 year and gone. I've only seen a couple of them. Or the New Orleans Brass.
Okay.
And Huntsville Havoc are probably the three that I'd like to see.
Great. Fantastic. Well, you guys heard it here. If you guys have any of those, goalies, of course, let us know. We'll get you guys in touch. My final question. You went to the Chicago Expo. You had a good time. What could we have done better for you?
Maybe have a little more room, because it was kind of hard on some parts of the show to get through there,
Mm-hmm.
around or get to look at stuff and that. Just maybe some wider aisles, or maybe skinnier people.
We'll look forward to that on the next one. We got a lot of registrations last minute, and we definitely, I'll have to admit, we definitely crunched a lot of people in there. We had quite a bit more than anticipated. We're definitely trying to do something again here, probably Detroit for the Frozen Four. Are you in?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you there. Is there anything you'd like to ask me while we're here?
Like I said before, when I first met you at the show, you look so much bigger on the radio show than you do in person.
So I'm just a little guy?
Yeah, you're not as big as you look, at least to me, on the show.
Well, does that make me more inviting or less intimidating?
Less intimidating.
All right, can't complain there. Well, I appreciate the interview. Thank you for the insight. If anybody else wants to get a hold of Jay, maybe ask him some questions. When we get the article up, we'll get you guys in touch. We'll have his information, or at least what he wants out there. He is on Facebook. He's in the GameWorn Jersey Collectors group, and he's got a hell of a collection. So if you guys have any questions on goalie jerseys, he's your man. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
No problem. Glad to help out.
All right, thanks.
Bye.